May I now invite, yes, Prince.
Good afternoon, brothers and sisters. Hope everyone is having a wonderful day. I'm the Prince, junior brother, and I belong to the province of Bengaluru. Before we begin the event proper, may I gently request and remind everyone to mute your mic to avoid disturbance. Thank you. Rejoice, rejoice, and render thanks to God, the Almighty Father, for He has done marvelous deeds. Thus begins the rule of life of Montfort brothers, and these magical words are the distinctive features of Montfortian spirituality, and very specially attributed to the Montfort brothers of St. Gabriel. Therefore, at the outset, with overwhelming joy and honor, I would like to acknowledge the presence of Reverend Brother Dr. George P.J., Provincial Superior, Province of Bengaluru, Reverend Brother Paul Raj, the Principal of Vidyadeep College, the Higher Institute of Religious Sciences, and the author of the book. Good wishes to the recipients of the first copy of the book, Reverend Brother Lawrence Joseph, former Provincial and Vicar General, Reverend Brother Dominic Yoko, District Superior, District of Southeast Asia, Reverend Brother Joseph Anthony Balan, the Provincial Councillor and Principal of Wisdom Montfort International School, Bengaluru, the brothers of the Bengaluru province, as well as the brothers from the other Indian provinces, Province of Thailand, and the District of Southeast Asia, the brothers and sisters of various religious congregations and communities, Montfortian associates from different provinces, ladies and gentlemen, Brother Dennis Michael SG, the manager of OPTIM Press, who have printed this book, and all the other participants present here virtually. You all will be officially welcomed later by Brother Jenny. Once again, a very good afternoon to one and all. Well, it gives me a great pleasure to say a few words at the start of this event and to mark the significance of this historical virtual book release program of our congregation. Well, today is a day that the Lord has made for us, not just to be glad, but to rejoice evermore. For today is the day that signifies the culmination of hard work and commitment of Reverend Brother Paul Raj, whose relentless pursuit of knowledge and sacrifice has made an everlasting contribution towards the steady growth of Montfortian spirituality. Moreover, this book will be of huge benefit to the brothers as it will provide effective tips and action plans to strengthen the formation of the brothers, both at the initial formation periods and ongoing stages. Therefore, we are delighted and proud to gather here virtually this evening to unveil the first copy of the book titled Rejoice Evermore, written by Brother Paul Raj SG. This book launch event is also dedicated to the revered memory of Brother Jacob Ezhanikatt and Brother Joseph John, the two formation stalwarts of 1979-81 batch of novitiate at Ezhanikatt. Brother Paul Raj belongs to this group. Most of the novices, brothers, and former brothers are present here today online. This book is dedicated to them as it is the 40th year Ruby Jubilee of this novitiate batch. And whatsoever you do in word or deed, do everything in the name of the Lord Jesus, giving thanks to God the Father through him. Colossians 3:17. To begin this auspicious event, may I invite Reverend Brother Johnson, PSM, to invoke God's companionship and blessings over this program. Brother Johnson, please.
Invocation. Rejoice evermore, the theocentric, Christocentric, ecclesiocentric, Montfort-centric, and anthropocentric. Lord of God, As we are gathered here today and now, we give thanks and praise for the book that is being released this day. And lift the author and all those gathered in this Zoom room as well. This true power of life is evident in inspirational books, and we are continually pleased and blessed by the stories of people who are impacted by books like this. This story is yours, Lord. We pray you'd use it to bless readers, and that each person reading this Rejoice Evermore book would be encouraged by the relentless journey of men and women who refuse to break their promises. Thank you for your many gifts, including the gift of rule of life of Montfort brothers. And thank you for giving all of us the opportunity to write new stories with our lives, the foundation of each journey anchored in your unfailing love. The grateful heart, we present Rejoice Evermore as an offering and pray it will be used to draw readers closer to you. Thank you for the numerous authors and the books in our world, which bring us beautiful stories of your love and mercy. This incredible means undisputedly demonstrate the true power of your love. Lord, as we also remember and honor today the wonderful memories and life of Reverend Brother Jacob Ezhanikatt and Brother Joseph John, we thank you for these two dedicated and authentic brothers and for their meaningful life and services. We pray for their eternal rest and heavenly bliss. May all our programs today bring you great glory. Amen.
Thank you, Brother Johnson, for the invocation. William Shakespeare once said, "A good company, a good wine, and a good welcome can make good people." So here we have Reverend Brother Jenny Koryakos, who at present is the Provincial Councillor and Principal of Lake Montfort School, Bengaluru, to deliver the welcome address. Brother Jenny, please.
Good evening, everyone. I'm delighted to see an impressive number of well-wishers joined virtually this evening to release the book, Rejoice Evermore, The Spirituality of the Rule of Life of Montfort Brothers of St. Gabriel, authored by Reverend Brother Paul Raj. I would like to quote the foreword of this book written by Brother Lawrence Joseph. It goes like this. We have books written on our founder St. Montfort, on true devotion to Mary, on the history of the Brothers of St. Gabriel, and the spirituality of St. Montfort. We do not have one on our rule of life, especially on the spirituality of our rule of life. This book, Rejoice Evermore, has filled that vacuum. No brother has ever attempted, but Brother Paul Raj has done it for the congregation and for all of us. This evening, we are all gathered to celebrate another praiseworthy effort of Brother Paul Raj. Rejoice evermore. The author himself says, this book is an invitation to all the readers, brothers, lay associates, former brothers, collaborators, to rejoice always, even during pain and death, such as the current pandemic we are all going through, because God alone is the goal of our rule of life and our goal as well. The Paul Raj was a formator and director of novices for more than a decade, provincial councillor, provincial superior of the province of Trichy, International Security Secretary for Justice, Peace, Integrity of Creation, Rome, Assistant General, and is current principal, Vidyadeep College, Bengaluru. He has a PhD from Madras University. He is the author of several books such as Culture Over Christ, Heart of Living, Spirituality, The Matter of the Heart, Brotherhood, and Celebrating Brotherhood. He has also published numerous articles and presented several papers at various national and international conferences. He has organized over 800 seminars for teachers, students in India and abroad. On behalf of all of you present here, I extend a fraternal welcome to Brother Paul Raj, the author of the book. As I welcome him to this function, I also express my heartiest congratulations to him. I'm extremely happy to welcome Reverend Brother George PJ, the Provincial Superior, Bengaluru Province, the President of the function, and has consented to release the book. I also welcome with gratitude Brother Dennis SG, the manager of OPTIM Graphics and Publications, for all his effort in printing and publishing this book. He also had published the previous book of Brother Paul Raj titled Celebrating Brotherhood. A hearty welcome to Brother Lawrence Joseph, the bursar of Lake Montfort School, who has written the foreword of this book and he is receiving the first copy of the book. A warm welcome to Brother Dominic Yoko, the District Superior of Southeast Asia, and Brother Joseph Balan, Principal Wisdom Montfort School, who will be also receiving a copy of the book during this function. A hearty welcome to Brother Pradap, Assistant General, and all the provincial superiors who are present for the occasion. A very special welcome to all the former and present brothers of 1979 to 81 No Shed batch, the batchmates of Brother Paul Raj. It's a beautiful occasion to renew their 40 years of religious commitment. Wishing all of them a very happy Ruby Jubilee year. A hearty welcome to all the brothers, sisters, fathers, well-wishers from India and overseas who are all attending this function. COVID-19 is all about social distancing, not emotional distancing. Stay connected, stay safe. Welcome, God bless.
Thank you, dear Brother Jenny, for your kind words of welcome. We shall now get started with the much-awaited book launch event. May I now seize this golden chance and have a very pleasant duty of introducing Reverend Brother Dr. George PJ, the Provincial Superior, Province of Bengaluru. I would like to say the following. He is currently the Provincial Superior, and as a person, he is a good leader. He has the ability to make things happen on time. He is a great problem solver. He believes in quality and not quantity. He is a person known for punctuality, action-oriented, and a great missionary. Above all, he lives by the motto, do your best and leave the rest to God. Dear brothers and sisters, with these words of introduction, may I now request Reverend Brother Dr. George PJ, the Provincial Superior, to officially release the book. Dear Brother Provincial, please. Let's give a round of applause.
I have the pleasure in presenting this book to Brother Lawrence Joseph, the former Vicar General and former Provincial Superior of the province of South India. First copy to Brother Lawrence Joseph.
Thank you, dear brother. May I now, with great respect, request Brother Lawrence Joseph, the former Vicar General, to receive the first copy of the book. Dear brother, kindly uncover the wrapper and display it on the screen to all the participants.
That Prince.
Thank you, brother. Next in line, I may take the honor of requesting Brother Dominic Yoko, the District Superior, District of Southeast Asia, to receive a copy of the just launched book by removing the outer cover and put it on view to the viewers. Brother Dominic, please.
Great pleasure. I present the second copy to Brother Dominic Yokong, the District Superior of the District of Southeast Asia.
Thank you, brother. Most impressed by the work done.
Thank you, brother. With due respect, I also request Reverend Brother Joseph Anthony Balan, the Provincial Councillor, to take the honor of receiving a copy of the book by unwrapping the cover and receive it. Brother Balan, please.
Again, with great pleasure, I present the third copy to Brother Joseph Anthony Balan, one of the councillors of the province of Bengaluru, and the principal of Eastern Montfort School.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you very much, dear brothers, for your kind reception of the book. We shall now have the felicitations. Acknowledging the good that we already have in our lives is the foundation for all abundance. Without any further delay, may I now humbly request Brother Lawrence Joseph, the former Vicar General, to say a few words of felicitation.
Dear brothers, I'm very happy to receive the first copy of this book, Rejoice Evermore, written by Paul Raj. As we all know, our rule has three parts. The first part is the rule of life. So, book that is well written, well appreciated by all within the congregation, outside it. At the time when it was released, it was well appreciated by all. And the first article says, rejoice, rejoice. Render thanks to God. He has done marvels in you. He has called you. He loves you from eternity. He has called you to be dedicated, to be without blemish in his sight, and to be full of love. Very strong words which will have to be meditated upon and resolved to live that life, fully dedicated to realize the love that God has given to us, to share it with others in our ministry, Let this rereading of the book help us to live it fully. Paul Raj is helping us to reread this book. As he has himself said in the book, it is written to re-energize the brothers and associates to read the book and live it fully. Therefore, I am extremely happy to be present for this occasion, to witness this releasing of the book and to receive the first copy. I wish this book all success. I thank Brother Paul Raj for this work. I wish the book every success. That means good sale, good utilization. May this come about, and let us all rejoice on this day when this book is released. Congratulations, Brother Paul Raj, and thank you, Brother Paul Raj.
Thank you very much, dear Brother Lawrence Joseph, for your words are always treasured and much appreciated. Thank you very much. It is also said that tongue has the ability to deliver the message of our heart. With this note, I would like to request Brother Dominic Yoko, the District Superior, the District of Southeast Asia, to speak a few words of appreciation. Yeah, Brother Dominic, please.
Thank you, Brother Prince. Brother Paul Raj, my heartiest congratulations for a very good effort done. I know Brother Paul Raj has been author of many books. I can guess reading his books, he's addressing himself to the congregation. And I think this particular book that is being launched, Rejoice Evermore, which addresses the issues of our rule of life, especially our rule, and how that is being brought to the fore again in this present time of the world. I think it's a very interesting book. I told him to send me a full copy. He sent me a few chapters at the beginning, but I had a chance to glance through the full copy before its launch. And I think it is very interesting. And I know Brother Paul Raj has a great passion for the congregation. He's been writing about brotherhood, about Montfortan spirituality, and so on. But this particular book is unique in the sense that it is bringing forth for us very close to the heart of all brothers. I see some of my good friends here, they are ex-brothers. Yeah, I think it still speaks to them because it's from the rule of life. Maybe they don't follow the constitution anymore, but the rule of life is still relevant. I'm sure they have been through that experience in their years of formation. And I think for us as brothers, it is still relevant. And what is happening is it's not just that our rule of life is relevant. Brother Paul Raj has brought us into taking a deeper look at our rule of life and expanding the spirituality behind it all, and helping us to understand it much better. My sense is that it is a good book for the formation houses, but as I read it, it's good beyond the formation houses, all the more so, all the more relevant for us that as brothers and as some of us has aged through the years and entering into phase 2, phase 3, third wave, fourth wave coming. I think this book, Rejoice Evermore, will be a very good guide for anyone who wants to study our rules seriously. Yes, we know that our rule may need to be refreshed soon to be relevant to the language and the time of today's world. But beyond that, I think the spirituality holds a firm foundation for all of us. And I'm very happy, Brother Paul Raj, that they have taken the time and the effort. I'm not sure this is going to be Rejoice Evermore 1. There'll be a Rejoice Evermore 2nd edition or 3rd edition. But I think that's the beauty of spirituality, and that we'll continue to reflect further. And you have launched us, all of us here in the congregation and people beyond us. I've always been fascinated by our rule of life. I think we have dealings with a lot of priests or sisters who came to give retreat to us. One of the first things we do to the retreat master is to give them a copy of our rule of life. And most of them will come back and tell us that our rule of life is just fascinating. And I'm still very convinced of that. And it's not only us speaking about ourselves, but others who say so. And I think, Brother Pauraj, you have helped us to make the rule of life more relevant for us today. And without changing the rule of life, you have actually updated it through the book that we have written. And while we read this parallel in conjunction with the rule of life, this book will be a great inspiration for many of us, and all the more so for our formation houses. So thank you for the good effort, and I congratulate you, and please continue. I'll be interested to look at edition 2 and 3 and 4. Yeah, you will definitely continue to inspire us. Thank you, and God bless.
Thank you, dear Brother Dominic, for your kind regards. We love to hear from you. Thank you very much. Appreciation is a wonderful thing. It makes what is excellent in others belong to us as well, said by Voltaire. May I now take the privilege to request Brother Joseph Anthony Balan to express a few words of appreciation of the book.
Thank you, Prince. A race run, a dream job landed, a new home, a big promotion, a little victory. It is one of life's great joys to see someone you know accomplish what they have been hoping for and working toward. The world's greatest achievers have been those who always stayed focused on their goals and have been consistent in their efforts. Do not talk about what you are going to do. Just do it and let your actions speak for you. Dear Brother P.J. George, the Provincial Superior of the Bengaluru Province and the President of today's book release function, Brother Lawrence Joseph and Brother Dominic Yoko, the recipients of the first copy of the book, and all other special invitees for today's virtual function, and more especially the celebrant, because of whom we are all gathered here, is none other than Brother Pauraj, the author of the book, to whom I have got great admiration and high respect. Pleasant evening to everyone gathered here for the virtual book release. Every book has life and emotions, just as we are, when we read through with a certain amount of interest. To cultivate the habit, one must get into the habit of reading. If one continues to read, one will start learning and thereby start listening and understanding. If one stops learning, one is not growing. You are always growing behind. Every family has a person who breaks the chain of poverty. I hope that we will be the person. To become the achievers, one must become proactive, start with end in mind, put first things first, think win and win nature, understand then to be understood, synergize yourself always, and continue to sharpen your mind as you sharpen the saw. In the past, there were great personalities who became famous because they cultivated the habit of reading books. Lenin read the book until he was hanged to death. Because of Machiavelli, Tolstoy was known to the whole world. Because of Tolstoy, Mahatma was known to the world. And because of Mahatma, Martin Luther was known to the world. Because of the book External Velocity, our former President APJ Abdul Kalam was known to the world. Socrates read the book until he was given poison to drink. Umar Mukta read the book until he kissed the hanging rope. Bhagat Singh read the book until he was taken for hanging to death. Even in his bedroom, Ambedkar wanted the books to be kept for reading. Aringer Anna changed his date of surgery for the sake of completing a book which he was reading. First Prime Minister of India, Mr. Jawaharlal Nehru, had the hobby of reading the books wherever he traveled. The first President of independent India, Mr. Sarvepalli Radhakrishnan, forgot his sleep to complete his book. Because of reading the books, one can achieve success, said by APJ Abdul Kalam. After reading the book in the library for 35 years, a beautiful book on investment was brought out by Karl Marx. All these are examples tell us very clearly the importance of reading the books and its advantages. Now, the author has brought out the book beautifully, the book Rejoice Evermore. A rule of life is a commitment to live our life in a particular way. It is meant to be crafted with the prayer and discernment in partnership with God. I am delighted to go through the book Rejoice Evermore. There are 13 chapters in this book, and it is brought out in a magnificent and in an easy way, wherein an ordinary people also can understand and reflect over. The purpose of this book is to help the brothers of the congregation, and more particularly the younger members, the postulants, novices, and the junior brothers, to understand the spirituality behind the inspirational part of this rule book in their life context and events. After reading the book, I reaffirm, saying that Christ is my only law. Christ is my way, the truth, and the life. I'm aware that our rule of life proposes a way of life, a spirituality based on the gospel. Our rule of life is a constant source of growth in the likeness of Christ. If all of us make efforts to read, practice, and follow the rule, we become signs of our love for God and fellow human beings. Our rule of life is a reflection on life, a life to be lived meaningfully for others. It is worth going through all the 13 chapters, and I went through briefly. Due to lack of time, here I just want to say a few things from the book which will be apt for all of us. The book completely is centered around the consecrated person and ought to follow a specific and purposeful way of life. How the consecrated person should be. Consecrate is generally understood to mean to set apart, to dedicate something or someone for a sacred purpose. Consecrate person must be always joyful. All that he has learned is not to keep it to himself, but to help others. Consecrate person is assigned to participate in all spiritual activities of the community. Author of the book goes on to say in his book, once a group of brothers were talking, laughing, and taking a walk in the evening. Seeing the brothers, one want to join the order. This clearly tells us that we are the real witnesses to the whole world by our dedicated way of life. Our personal life and our life in the community, if lived joyfully with dedication, with unity and love, then that itself is an attraction for the young to join us. There are so many people who come to us, find meaning and purpose in their life. How are we treating and respecting them? Let our lives we live in our community may be a ray of hope for the wounded ones. Let our words be one of soothing and healing therapy for the people who come to us. Every one of us has got the responsibility of guiding the younger generations so that the brothers in future become a pillar of strength to the congregation. Just like a farmer who waits patiently for the seed to grow, parents teach their children values patiently, teacher teaches the student patiently all that he has learned. and the God who waits patiently from an evil way to come back as a righteous. A brother must wait patiently in accompanying the novice or a junior brother. Thus, in future, he in turn becomes a role model to many. Respecting the elders and paying homage, which we must learn from the author. He has emphasized in many chapters, respecting the superiors, treating everyone in a dignified manner. It is honestly said that a disrespectful person never earns a respect for himself. Respect for elders is one of the most important characteristics of any culture. A father who has taught his son to respect his grandfather can be sure that he will earn the respect of his grandchildren in future. The importance of treating elders with respect. Seniors have plenty of experience in life, and they can teach us about enduring change and handling life challenges. We must treat our elders with respect, even if their bodies or minds are beginning to fail them. Then very beautifully, the author of the book speaks of the community life and how the community brothers must live. He is quoting the article 46 saying, community is based on faith. It is moved by the love of Christ. It is sustained by the Eucharistic spirituality and by the word of God. Finally, this community is united in prayer and worship with Mary, the Mother of God. Sharing the state of the heart with one another remains at the center of our community life. An authentic religious community exists only when the source of being together is the Lord himself. For everyone, this is especially important for the survival of Gabrielite communities in the long run. Community supports and challenges members. When one is out in the community, others must understand, appreciate, and can become a part of it. God gives different gifts to different individuals. When we come together in community, the gifts are freely shared, respected, and appreciated. Finally, the author of the book brings out heart and core of our quality of brotherhood life, or the apostolate of Montfort Brothers of San Gabriel is the authenticity and maturity of the brothers' spirituality. Prayer is a much more meaningful part of religion. We all need to pray. God himself demands us to pray. Prayer is defined as an act of God, a God, or another object of worship, such as in devotion, confession, praise, or thanksgiving. It gives us courage and confidence. Prayer binds us with God and brings us nearer to him. Prayer is must because it gives us strength and courage to face our life problems. It gives us peace of mind, comfort, and consolations. To conclude, I presume that all those who read this book will benefit. I am certain that the Montfort Brothers of St. Gabriel, who are going to read this book, will be one of the main beneficiaries. And more particularly, the brothers who are involved in animation works in accompanying the young brothers, the formation team, formation directors, and the provincials. I am sure many of our lay associates and collaborators will read, and it must reach them. So once again, from the bottom of my heart, I congratulate you, dear brother Paul Raj, for the masterpiece that you have dedicated today. May you continue to contribute to many of this sort and be an inspiration to everyone. I continue to pray that you will have a good health and long life. God bless you, dear brother, and everyone who listened to me patiently. Thank you. Happy evening.
Thanks a lot, dear brother Balan, for your best wishes and words of appreciation. Thank you. Dear brothers and sisters, it is also time for us to listen to the presidential address. Hence, without further delay, I request Brother George P.J., the Provincial Superior, to speak a few words about the significance of this occasion. Dear Brother George, please.
Good day, everyone. First of all, I acknowledge the presence of Brother Pradap Reddy, our Assistant General, and Brother Rene Delhomme, our former Super General, and several other dignitaries in this virtual meeting room. The Rule of Life of the Brothers of St. Gabriel is surely one of the best among the rule books of religious congregations. It is so rich in spiritual content that it needs detailed interpretation by experts to fully digest the whole of it. The only interpretation most of us brothers know is the one given by our novice masters, which varied from person to person. As a result, there is no universally accepted and detailed interpretation available as on date. Rejoice Evermore is the first attempt to bridge that gap, as already mentioned. This book is written with the aim to help the Brothers of St. Gabriel in general, and particularly the younger members under formation, to understand the rich spirituality behind each of the articles of our rule of life and contextualize them. After explaining the spiritual foundation of the rule of life, the 13 chapters of the rule of life is explained article by article in this book. The author adds several cross-references, quotations, real-life incidents, and personal experiences to explain the articles, which the readers will find easy to understand and apply into their own personal life. Further, he also poses numerous questions for personal reflections, which help in internalization the content and the spirit of the articles. As mentioned in the introduction, the author extensively uses modern terminology in this book to make the book truly relevant for today. Such a wide exploration of the applicability of the articles further illustrates the vast knowledge of the author in diverse concepts and subjects. I have known the author, Brother Paul Raj, for more than 40 years. He was a formator and director of novices for 10 years, provincial superior, province of Trichy, India, International Executive Secretary, Gabrielite Secretariat for Justice, Peace and Integrity of Creation, Rome, Italy, General Assistant, Montfort Pradesh, St. Gabriel, Rome, and for 6 years, he has been the current principal with the Deep College, Bangalore, since year 2020. He has a PhD from Madras University. His research topic was multicultural problems and solutions. He is the author of several books such as Culture Over Christ, Heart of Living, Spirituality in Tamil, Martyrs of the Heart, Brotherhood, and Celebrating Brotherhood, as already mentioned by Brother Jenny. He has also published numerous articles and presented several papers at various national and international conferences. He has organized over 800 seminars and lectures for teachers, students, and various other groups in India and in over 14 European, Asian, and African countries. Further, he has also served as General Chapter Facilitator and Consultant to religious congregations. So, I consider Brother Paul Raj as the most suitable person to write this book, Rejoice Evermore, on the rule of life of the Brothers of St. Gabriel. As a result, when he requested me for financial support to publish the book, I was only delighted to take up the publication of the book as a project of the province of Bengaluru. The author says in his introduction that this book is an invitation to all the readers brothers, lay associates, former brothers, collaborators, to rejoice always, even during pain and death, such as the current pandemic we are all going through, because God alone is the goal of our rule of life and our goal as well. I regard our rule of life next only to the Bible. So at every annual retreat, I read all its 13 chapters just to rejuvenate myself and stay on track. At the next annual retreat, I wish to read the rule of life article by article and read the corresponding interpretation from Rejoice Evermore to deepen my understanding of the articles and to cherish the richness. I will be posting a copy each to all the brothers of the province of Bengaluru tomorrow. And I invite them all to read it along with our rule of life. While I congratulate Brother Paul Raj on publishing this first book of commentary on our rule of life, I also thank him for writing it. I'm sure this book will be used by generations of brothers and their associates for their study of the rule of life. Our rule of life is a blueprint for a way of life. It guides us constantly to grow in the likeness of Christ. So we all need to read and reread the rule with the appropriate commentary, such as the ones you will find in this book, to make our lives relevant for the times and become genuine followers of Saint Montfort. I'm sure, even though we have read the rule of life many times, reading this book will deepen and widen our understanding of the richness of the spirit of our rule of life, and in turn, help us to always rejoice no matter what happens around us. God bless us all.
Thank you, Brother Provincial, for taking the time to add more importance to this event. Your thought-provoking words are greatly appreciated. Thank you very much. The greatest homage we can pay to our departed brothers is to follow their good deeds and examples. Let us remember that as much has been given us, much will be expected from us, and that true homage comes from the heart as well as from the lips and shows itself in deeds. May I now request Brother Thomas K. King, the principal of Montfort School, Chennai, and the novice of 1979-81 batch to pay homage to their late beloved novice master, Brother Jacob Ezhanikatt and Socius Brother Joseph John.
A prayerful greetings to all of you present for this program. First of all, I wish to congratulate Brother Paul Raj, the author of the book, and also giving me the opportunity to speak on this great brothers, Joseph John and Brother Jacob Ezhanikatt, on behalf of the 79-81 batch. For many of us, these two brothers are not only important to us in the novitiate, but also in the juniorate as well as in the 6th year formation. To speak on Brother Joseph John, he was born in the year 1940 and joined the congregation of the Montfort brothers. He was a great devotee of the Blessed Mother, loyal to the congregation 100%, and a hardworking person. I have learned a lot from him, to begin with the juniorate and also in the novitiate. Be it the plumbing work or the electrical work or the maintenance work or the construction work, he was there in front of us to lead and hence there was no problem for any of us to join him in executing the works. He was a great missionary. In a very early age, he opted to go as a missionary to Thailand and at a later stage to Northeast. He was also a great devotee of the Blessed Mother and a pioneer in the social work field in the province of South India. After the profession year of 1981, he opted to start a new venture in the province, that is a village apostolate, living with the people in the village at Porvai. And I am also proud to say that our brother Johnson was his first companion to join in this great mission. And after establishing that mission, he took a different turn. He wanted to spread the devotion of the Blessed Mother, and he joined with the brothers Stephen and Father Amalraj and went around everywhere spreading the devotion to the Blessed Mother. Later on in the year 1996, he went to the Northeast province as a visitor. But after going there, he changed his idea and decided to stay back there and work in that province. He worked there only that 1 year, and his end came on the 26th of December 1996. Though his stay in Northeast was very short, he established a very good contact with the villagers, the school where he was working, and with the homeo doctorate that he had mastered, he could reach out to the villagers who had different ailments, and that way he gained their good name. So in all these ways, Brother Joseph John was a great person, as a religious, as a hardworking person, as a missionary, as a lover of the poor, as a devotee to the Blessed Mother, and I'm sure he is there in heaven interceding for us and blessing us in every way. Coming to Brother Jacob Ezhanikatt, he was born in the year 1941. A big family of 7 children, a totally religious family, because out of the 7, 6 of them are religious men or women. He was also a great religious, very much loving the congregation, loving every member of the congregation, and very much available to be a formator, which is very rare, a quality we find among the brothers. His love for the congregation was so great that the higher superiors or the major superiors found him fit for higher qualification, and he was assigned to go to Manila to do his doctoral degree in psychology. On returning, he was the novice master for us, and also he was the 6th year formation director at Bangalore. We all loved him because of his love for each of us and his optimism and positive way of looking at situations. All these made him much greater by becoming the Assistant General of the congregation for long 12 years from 1988 to 2000. After returning even from that post, his love for the poor was very much visible when he opted to become a member in the tribal school at Kombuduki, and at every meeting of the province level, he used to champion the cause of those poor children and demand for their well-being. He has been loved by everyone, and we very much benefited through his expertise as a formatter. And I'm sure he also is in heaven interceding for us. So let us appreciate the contribution of these two great persons. And I'm extremely happy that Paul Raj had the idea of dedicating this book in the name of these two brothers. I am once again grateful to Paul Raj for giving me this opportunity to speak on these two brothers, and let us intercede to them to bless us from heaven. Thank you.
Thank you, dear brother. No doubt it was a perfect homage. Thank you very much. A book is made from a tree. One glance at it and you hear the voice of the author. The author is speaking clearly and silently inside your head, directly to you through his words. May I now request the author, Reverend Brother Paul Raj, to speak a few words. Dear brother, please.
Dear brother Pradap Reddy, the Assistant General, Brother Rene Dalom, the former Superior General, Brother George PJ, the Provincial, Brother Lawrence Joseph, the former Vicar General and who wrote the foreword for this book, Brother Dominic Yoko, the District Superior, Brother Anthony Balan, provincials from various Indian provinces, Vicar General and Assistant Generals from different congregations of men and women, brothers from different congregations, and Montfort brothers from different provinces of India, 1979-81 batch brothers, former brothers, Brother Dennis SG, the manager of the OPTIM Press, Brother Agustin Novello, and Brother Lawrence Jr., who played a very important role in editing this book. Sisters, brothers, fathers, teachers from different schools, sisters from different congregations, and brothers and others from different parts of the world. A very happy greetings to all of you, and thank you for joining this solemn ceremony. I see so many faces from different corners of the world, and for some of you it is early morning, and some of you it is a night, and for some of you it is a lunchtime. But then you took time to be here today. So I personally wish to thank all of you for your presence virtually today. I pay my deepest respects along with Brother K.K. Thomas and all the members of the 79-81 novitiate batch at Ichangaadu. Respects to Brother Jacob Ezhanikatt, our novice master, and Brother Joseph John, our associates, and all the departed members from our novitiate batch. And special thanks to Brother PJ George, my provincial, who said immediate yes to print and publish this book. The only purpose and objective of this launch function during this pandemic time is to create a curiosity and enthusiasm among the brothers, among the associates, among the former brothers to reread their rule of life, at least the first part. I have two sentiments today. One brother from another congregation who read this book, because I happened to give to him. He read this book yesterday and he told me that he did not have a good sleep last night because the chapter 12 and 13 disturbed him. And that is rightly so. because the chapter 13, the death, Article 83 of a Rule of Life speaks about the final moments. I have dramatically, actually dramatized this article in that 13th chapter, how the brother should be prepared to die, especially during this pandemic time. So he said he could not sleep well after reading that particular chapter. From Philippines, a good friend of Montfort brothers, a lady, she told me, and I took it very positively in the beginning, Brother Paul Raj, whenever I don't get sleep at night, I read your book, she said. I was, now tell me a little more. She said, when I read your book, I fall asleep immediately, she said. Now that was not a compliment, but then I wish that the brothers and the associates and former brothers, you may go through these two feelings when you read this book. The only objective of writing this book was to create interest, to read the so-called rule book, not only the rule book of Montfort brothers, but of your own congregations. So I wish to thank very specially Brother P.J. George, my provincial, for releasing the book, Brother Lawrence Joseph, who wrote the foreword, who read through the manuscript, and for receiving the first copy today, Brother Dominic Yoko, who has been always an inspiration for spreading a Montfortian spirituality here and in Singapore, for receiving the first copy and for writing the words of appreciation for the wrapper of the book. And Brother Anthony Balan, who really went through the book and summarized it, so I don't do that again. A special thanks to him for a very beautiful appreciation of the book. And I must speak words of appreciation to Brother Dennis, who is, I think, present here, the name of OPTIM Publication, who is a Sacred Heart brother, the manager of the OPTIM Press located in Bangalore. For a very beautiful the print, for designing the cover, the wrapper, not only this book, my previous book. And in fact, he is printing the many books of the National Council of the Montfort Brothers in India. A special thanks to him. And it is a very beautiful press, very cost effective. I am not doing a publicity here, an advertisement, but then it is a very good press. You can always approach this press. A special words of thanks to Brother Augustine Novello and Brother Lawrence Jr. of my province, who spent actually 2 weeks non-stop, almost 15 days, every day 4 hours to read the manuscript, to edit it and correct it. I think but for them, this book would not be released today. So I wish to acknowledge these two brothers for their hard work, and also to Brother Joseph Fernando, a De La Salle brother, and Brother M. Joseph, a Montfort brother from the province of Pune, who also went through the book and made their comments. A special words of appreciation to those 5 brothers who have written a special words of appreciation, which you find at the back cover of the book. Brother Dominic Yoko, Brother Dechachai, the provincial of the province of Thailand, of the Montfort brothers, Brother Jenny Kuriakos, the principal of Montfort School, who gave the welcome speech today, Brother Gaudens Faulo, the novice master of the novitiate in Tanzania, in Africa, who happened to be my novice, and Brother Jenny, also my former novice, and Brother Lambert, who was a novice master for 30 years. These are the people who have assessed the book and have written a beautiful words of appreciation for this book. I must make a special mention here. You see in the Zoom, there is one Jeba, J-E-B-A. I took his permission to mention his son's name in the first chapter of the book, of this book. The reason is, Jeba was a former brother, a wonderful musician. Now he is married with 2 children, both are settled. He, out of his extreme love for this rule of life of the Montfort brothers, and especially out of his love for the first article of this rule of life, he has named his first child after the first letter of the rule of life. Our rule of life begins, rejoice, rejoice, and render thanks to God. So his son's name is Rejoice Raja. I have quoted this with his copyright and patent right in article number 1. Now to show that even the former brothers have such a special love for this rule of life. So all those former brothers and teachers who are here in this Zoom meeting today, I hope you will take inspiration from Mr. Brother Jabamala Das, at least in naming your children, not naming your pets, naming your children after such a beautiful words from rule of life. So thank you, Brother Jabba, for your appreciation. A special thanks to Brother Johnson, who did the invocation today. Johnson belongs to the congregation of St. Michael Brothers. He was the one whom I mentioned. He finished reading the book yesterday. He took 2 days to finish reading the book, and he has given a very good appreciation. And a special thanks to Brother Prince. He is just 2 years professed, a Montfort brother, a junior brother, who did a very beautiful MC, the master of ceremony of the programs today. Prince is a missionary in Philippines, and he was kind enough to coordinate the program. Special thanks to Brother Jenny, my former novice, currently the principal of Lake Montfort School, for his beautiful words of welcome. Brother K.K. Thomas Kalatil Kotil, who is currently the principal in Montfort Metric School in Chennai, who is one of the adventurous novices of our 1979-81 batch of Ichanggadu. Brother Thomas K.K., no trees in Ichanggad will forget him, because he has climbed all the possible trees in the novitiate in Ichanggad when he was a novice, not now. And thanks to Brother K.K. Thomas for his beautiful words of homage, and Brother Jayabalan, who will be giving word of thanks later, special words of thanks to him. I must thank especially all the provincials who are present today and who would be recommending this book to their brothers in the provinces. So may I request these provincials and others who wish to have copies to contact my provincial brother, George PJ. I think this book is very cost effective. It is not expensive at all. I'm sure my provincial will offer you further discount, if not offer it otherwise for you to distribute to your province brothers as well as associates and school teachers. And a special thanks to brothers from different provinces, sisters from different congregations. I see my one sister, my eldest sister, Sister Nirmala. I saw her somewhere. I see her online. She very rarely comes online. And my brother, John Brito, who is currently in as a national secretary, replacing Brother Dhanraj. And teachers from different schools of Montfort Brothers. I see many of them here. I don't want to mention the name. It will take time. Special thanks to my colleagues at the CRA Brothers Institute, Brother Edward SSJ, Brother Johnson, Brother Manuel Raj SSJ. He is behind the screen. He is a one technical expert. So you will not see single noise coming in the Zoom room. Unlike other Zoom meetings, you will not see any extra sound because he's quietly controlling from behind. And he's an expert in many of these webinar organizations. Finally, a special thanks to my 1979-81 batch members here. We are a very big batch. I think you have seen already. This is that novitiate batch. You see some of them, 1 or 2 are not alive. Otherwise, all the others are alive. But all of them are not brothers today, reverend brothers. But all of them are very good human beings. Very good human. They're in different walks of life. They're all in different walks of life. 11 from Thailand, 3 from Singapore, and the rest are all from India, different parts. Now some are missionaries in different parts of the world. I'm so happy to have all of them. Special thanks to all of them for being today to show respect to Brother Jacob and Joseph John. And finally, I must thank especially quite a few priests from India and abroad. Brothers, I see 1 or 2 from South Sudan. I see some of them coming from South Sudan. I'm so happy to see that they have a network there, good network. Some from Thailand, from Singapore, from Philippines, from African countries, from Rome, from A few other countries, I am not able to see it here. So special thanks to all of you for coming in today to show your solidarity, your love for Montfort brothers, for the spirituality of St. Montfort, and for the mission and the apostolic service of Montfort brothers. So special thanks to all those who have come from sisters, fathers, brothers from the other congregations, from other dioceses, and all the Montfort brothers of St. Gabriel from different parts of the world. So thank you all once again. If you happen to see a copy of this book in Asian Trading Corporation or in St. Paul Publications, you will get from different outlets in India, St. Paul's Publication or from Asian Trading Corporation. You can also, I think, try through Amazon, if you can try through these publications. And if some of you feel that you cannot get a copy from any of these places, please feel free to contact me. I shall try to make some arrangement. So thanks to, I see just now, some of my relatives also coming online. So thanks to all of them, and may God bless us, all of us. May not only the rule book, but the spirituality of the Montfort Brother St. Gabriel inspire us. So may God bless you, and may St. Montfort continue to inspire you. Thank you very much. Over to Brother Prince.
Our greatest gratitude and appreciation to you, dear Brother Paul Raj. We are so grateful for being an inspiration to all the brothers, especially to the youth. Thank you very much, dear brother. A good beginning has a good result as well. As we are nearing the closure of this program, I now cordially invite Reverend Brother Jay Balan to deliver the closing remarks.
Reverend Brother Pradi, Assistant General, dear Reverend Brother Dr. George Vijay, President of this book launch function, Reverend Brother Paul Raj, author of Rejoice Evermore, recipients of the first copy, Reverend Brother Lawrence Joseph, former Vicar General, Reverend Brother Dominic, District Superior of Southeast Asia, Brother Joseph Anthony Balan, Brother Jenny, Provincial Councillors of Bengaluru Province, dear Provincials, Reverend Sisters, Fathers, Brothers, Montfort Associates, and well-wishers, happy evening to all. I deem it as a great privilege to propose a vote of thanks for this August book launch function. The importance of books in our life can't be undermined, that not only help in broadening our possibilities, but also act as doorways of connecting us to the world around us. Rejoice Evermore is an excellent book which is going to help the brothers and others to live our journey as religious, the service of the Lord. At the outset, it is my pleasure and honor to thank Reverend Brother George Vijay, Provincial Superior of Bengaluru, and the President of this function. We know him very well as an able administrator, authentic leader, God-fearing, ardent reader, and above all, a lovable brother. Dear Brother Provincial, I thank you wholeheartedly for releasing the book and for your constant encouragement to the brothers, and to print and publish the book written by Reverend Paul Raj. Your presence is treasured always
Thank you, dear brother. Secondly, I would like to render my heartfelt thanks to Reverend Brother Paul Raj for bringing out such a wonderful treasure for the Montfort family. As I read the book, I used to wonder about the flow of thoughts and ideas which make the audience to read and listen to him. His hands are full, but he always finds time for great work. I thank you, brother, on behalf of all the brothers of the Indian provinces for bringing out a book which is a need of the hour. The brothers of Bangalore province are proud of you, dear brother. Thank you once again, and congratulations, dear brother. Next, it is my pleasure to thank all the three recipients of the first copy, Reverend Brother Lawrence Joseph, Reverend Brother Dominic, Reverend Brother Joseph Anthony Wallen, for felicitating Reverend Brother Paul Raj. Your wonderful words were very apt for him, and I thank you in a humble way for your presence to honor this August ceremony. A special thanks to Brother Lawrence Joseph for writing the foreword for the book. I sincerely thank the OPTIM Press and its manager, Reverend Brother Dennis, for bringing the second book published by Brother Paul Raj. This OPTIM Press is run by the Sacred Heart Brothers and our National Council of India. Books and documents are printed by this press. Thank you, dear brother Dennis, for your efficient service and quality work. I will be failing in my duty if I do not thank all the sisters, fathers, and other well-wishers of Brother Paul Raj and the Montfort brothers, Montfort associates from Indian provinces and outside India like Singapore, Thailand, and Philippines for attending this function and for showing your love, support, and encouragement to spread Montfort spirituality. I am indebted to all those brothers who helped Brother Paul Raj in editing, correcting, proofreading, designing the book for publishing. I take this opportunity to thank Brother Johnson, a brother of St. Michael, for opening prayer, and Brother Jenny, who gave a wonderful speech, who gave a wonderful welcome speech and set the tone for the function to go on smoothly. Thank you, dear brothers. My special appreciation and thanks to Brother Prince for animating this function efficiently as MC. You have organized the program in a systematic way. Congratulations, dear brother, and thank you. A special word of thanks to all the brothers and novices of Ezhanikatt Novitiate batch of 1979 to 81 for your presence today from different countries. Thanks for taking part to show your love and gratitude to Reverend Brother Jacob and Reverend Brother Joseph John, your formators 40 years ago. Special thanks to Brother K.K. Thomas for his words of homage and gratitude on behalf of his novitiate batch. Finally, a special word of gratitude to all others who have not mentioned in any of the category I have thanked so far. Thanks for this golden opportunity to propose the vote of thanks for this book launch function. Once again, I thank one and all virtually present here to grace this function. Thank you all and happy evening.
Thank you, dear brother Devalan, for your words of gratitude and praise. As we conclude this program, it's our duty to give praise and glorify our founder, Saint Montfort. I would like to request Brother Paul Raj to play a Montfortian hymn. I would like to place on record my sincere gratitude to Reverend Brother Paul Raj for having given me this opportunity to do the MC. I would also love to wind up this event with a quote from William Shakespeare. Once he said, "I can make no other answer but say thanks, thanks, and ever thanks." So to all my dear brothers and sisters and participants, thanks for witnessing this event and having made this book release function a huge success. To God be all glory. Thank you very much. Thank you, brothers.
Thank you.